What?
He said Vance is not the successor to MAGA or Trump.
Trump said that?
Oh, yeah. You know that?
No.
Like,
but here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that means because Trump has someone else in mind or because Trump thinks that Trump is the successor.
You know, when Trump usually talks about another businessman, it's usually like, oh, he's good, but I'm also a businessman and I have Trump Tower and I would have beat him back in the day. Never did that with Elon. It's just, he's so smart. I wanted someone smarter, but he's the smartest person in the world. It's just, Elon's amazing. And Trump never tries to be like, I'm also amazing in the whole interview. Here's the conspiracy. Let me finish.
Oh, you have a conspiracy that you want to.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Do I have a conspiracy?
All right. Hit me with it. Is that the Trump-Musk interview?
So
Elon glazed.
Yeah, they glazed.
Elon glazed.
No, but this is the thing.
Okay.
Trump did.
Oh, in that interview?
Yeah, he was like sucking up to Elon.
Oh.
So.
All right. It was like an hour interview, right?
Yeah. So I watched some of it. So this is kind of my point is they might be setting up Elon to be the successor to Trump. Law already doesn't matter to them. They already don't care about the Constitution or the law. That much is clear.
No.
So I have no reason to trust that they will continue to care about it.
I don't.
JD Vance isn't the successor. So work with me here. We're gonna conspiracy, okay?
All right.
Work with me here.
Okay. But
have an open mind.
I'm going to push back where I see fit.
Okay. You can push back my follow-up.
I have an open mind, but I'll push back where I see fit.
It is radical, but my counter will be the same every time. Is like, well, the law hasn't stopped him yet.
Sure.
And the Constitution hasn't stopped him yet. So I'll just continue to say that. That's really my only counter to anything you have to say. So you might be right, and I don't have any good comeback other than hadn't mattered yet.
Yes.
Anyway, so JD Vance isn't the successor.
Yeah, let's talk about the Trump successor.
Very interesting. He picked like a super young MAGA senator who, like, as by Republican standards go, a decent speaker.
Vance.
Yeah.
Totally.
By Republican standards. He's a bad, I don't think he's very good, but by their standards, he might be the best.
Well, he's so good.
Clearly, it seems like they're teeing up, right?
Vance.
Yeah, the new era.
Sure.
Then he goes on TV, he's like, he didn't mean shit.
What?
He said Vance is not the successor to MAGA or Trump.
Trump said that?
Oh, yeah. You know that?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Really?
Holy shit. Hold on.
Trump said that?
Okay. Yeah. He's been running with Vance. I don't know when he was picked, but like a long time Vance has been on his team.
Sure.
And he's clearly been thinking about Vance prior to picking him. You have had to.
Well, yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Maybe not, but like it's been on his radar at least. Then he goes, is he successor? No, he's good. Okay. No. That's why.
No, that was an immediate no.
Like if he picked like
he sort of backtracked
a much older guy, it would make sense to say no. Vance is like 40.
But here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that means because Trump has someone else in mind or because Trump thinks that Trump is the successor.
I don't think it's because he thinks he's the successor. I don't know if he's that calculated, but that is a crazy thing to say. I think they'd be like picking like Bernie's president and he picks AOC as his vice president. And she's like, yeah, she's not the successor. Like,
I understand
what?
That. But here's what I'm getting from that. I'm getting like,
there is in the way. There's not a successor to me.
There's not a successor to me. I'm just going to be here until I die.
Okay, well you're in the conspiracy with me.
No, that's
he ain't leaving.
Well, but I mean that's where
death will have to take him from politics.
That's the feeling that I get with that answer.
Very, very fair.
Not like, oh, it's going to be Vivek.
He won't bow down. Like death will have to remove him from politics.
Death will have to remove him from
Republican.
The thing that will be passed on to the next person. Yeah. Like the heir to the throne. Like there is no determined heir to the throne.
Okay, yeah. So during the interview, Trump was very slouched, very quiet.
This is the Musk-Trump interview.
Musk-Trump interview with Hannity. Very quiet, very slouched.
Yeah.
Kind of to himself.
Posturally.
Elon kept cutting him off, and he let it happen. You know, when Trump usually talks about another businessman, it's usually like, oh, he's good, but I'm also a businessman, and I have Trump Tower, and I would have beat him back in the day. Like, it's always like he's good, but I'm better. Like he kind of constantly does that with businessmen.
Yep.
Never did that with Elon. It's just, he's so smart. I wanted someone smarter, but he's the smartest person in the world. Like, it's just, Elon's amazing. And Trump never tries to be like, I'm also amazing in the whole interview.
Which is
I don't know if I've ever seen him do that.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Like, he's constantly like, they're great, but I'm Trump and I'm also great.
But Musk was so complimentary of Trump. In that, because I did see a clip.
Yeah, he's complimentary, but
so it's still flowing both ways right now.
But Trump has never been so like kind of passing the torch, not passing the torch, but kind of like, you got this one, or you can take it, or
letting someone else have the spotlight.
Never does that.
I guess the assumption is that Trump has the power here. You know what I mean?
That's not my assumption.
I think Trump thinks that. He's the king now.
I don't get that vibe.
He's the king of the United States.
Elon doesn't think that. And Elon isn't acting that way, and Trump isn't pushing back.
I can't say that Elon isn't acting that way. That's where I can't say that. I don't know. I mean, he's doing whatever he kind of wants to, but he's also so complimentary of Trump. Now, it's possible that Musk is scheming and conniving and doing something.
I think he's definitely conniving.
Like, he could be playing Trump.
Yeah, I think. I don't think Trump can play Elon. I don't think Elon is the type of narcissist to pull that off. Trump isn't.
Elon has all the money.
Trump hasn't. He doesn't care. It's just about more.
Right. No. I mean, I think that's where the power comes from.
Yeah.
Trump knows, however,
Elon's
many billions.
the money. Yeah.
Elon
has Twitter. He has the money. He has and Hannity in this interview was kind of talking about Elon like he's the Messiah. They're talking about Neuralink, and he's like, you're going to save paralyzed people and allow them to walk again, and you're going to save humanity and send us to Mars, and we will thrive into the future. And like, what in the world? Like, I was waiting for him to say, like, you can also walk on water, and you water into wine. I've not seen that from any news where they like talk so highly.
Sure.
They almost never even talk about Trump that highly. Like, sometimes they'll then be like, it's rough, and they'll kind of whatever, or they'll kind of dance around it. So what are you saying? This definitely was an look how cool Elon is interview, and Hannity admitted to it. I want them to know you better, Elon, in the beginning. Yeah. So this was an hour of look how amazing Elon is. To what end? I don't know. But it was, I mean, Hannity's a reporter. Like,
I feel like it's just
this wasn't an accident, this interview. Hannity didn't ask and say what he said on accident.
I think they realized that Doge was getting a lot of bad press, and let's bring Musk on so all the Fox voters can meet him.
Look how amazing Elon is.
Exactly.
But that's
exactly what it was.
So unnatural from Hannity and Trump about how
they knew what they were doing,
how much they were deferring, but they've never done this before.
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a.
It's look. Let's just leave that in the pile of that's a weird one. It's almost hard to make sense of it.
Here's the conspiracy. Let me finish.
Oh, you have a conspiracy that you want to. Okay.
Boy, do I have a conspiracy.
All right, hit me with it.
So JD's not the successor.
Okay.
Elon's the Messiah.
Okay.
He's going to save humanity.
Okay.
Because they were pretty much saying that. Smartest man in the world, the Iron Man. So what's going to happen is Trump dies, or some kind of variation of that, and Elon is the spiritual successor of Trump. He's always with Elon. He always talks up Elon. He never talks down Elon. Elon is Doge. Elon is the future. He's tech. He's smart. He's saving America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now he's the spiritual successor. I have no belief that the Republicans in Congress won't just go with that. Right?
Yeah.
And we're going to have some insane declaration from Trump of like, Elon now has some kind of emergency power for some fucking weird reason. Like, he's a part of Doge, he's a part of the government.
Wow.
So he has a emergency executive power because I'm sick, or some crazy shit. And up to this point, I have no trust that Republicans in Congress will push back against it. I don't believe they will.
There's not even a mechanism for something like that, but they would just invent one.
That's my point. Like the executive orders all of them have been against the law or against how the system's supposed to work, and no one's stopping it. And Republicans are just like, yeah, cool. That's my point. Like, if they just continue to, they're like, oh, I can do something worse. Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't care. I'll do something worse. They'll just keep on.
Yeah.
And I don't think Republicans will ever be like, actually, that one's too far.
I'm wondering if that's true.
Do you see my point?
No, I love the conspiracy.
I love it.
I love the creativeness of it.
However, if Elon does get in charge, T-minus 1 month and there's not a US anymore. I will say that. I don't know what he would do, but he would walk into Congress and like ban Democrats from voting. Like, it would be crazy. If we got there, no more US. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's a new country.
But
that's
think that somebody will step up before then.
An assassin? It won't be a Democrat.
No, not an assassin, but some leader will step up. Some opposition leader will step up.
I would hope so. I also don't have belief Democrats will push back hard enough. That's the interesting thing about my conspiracy.
Well, it may not be a Democrat.
I have no belief that there's any.
Maybe Sean Fain.
You call the unions out on a general strike. Oh, Elon's in charge? I'm turning the country off. And then there's a civil war. Okay. So anyway, that was my.
That's a good conspiracy.
That was my blue MAGA conspiracy.
All right. And I
gotta have fun every now and then.
Well, and I'm leaning towards that reaction being Trump kind of just assuming that he is.
Probably that's not true, but the fact that I can say it.
Yeah.
And like, it's possible to imagine a world where that could happen or come close to happening is a bad thing.
I concur.